morning, everybody. This is Lorraine.
And Jennifer?
And we planned to say that ahead of time.
I don't think there's anything in my life that wasn't planned. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, and the truth is that social media can be really overwhelming if you don't have a plan.
Yeah, because trying to come up with something creative on the fly every day, there's a lot that goes into that, creating graphics. What am I going to post? When am I going to post? And it's just too much, and you really need to plan ahead.
Absolutely. Because when you don't plan ahead, what happens is it's Wednesday morning and you need to put something on social media. And now you're running around like a chicken without a head because you've got to figure out what you want to say. You got to create a graphic. Maybe you're going to shoot a video. Maybe you have to link to something. And that is about the least productive way you can approach this process.
Yes. And plus, I mean, you need to be in that creative mindset. And so, I feel like either chunking together your entire week or chunking together your entire month is where a social media plan comes in.
Absolutely. And I think it varies depending on the kind of social media that you're doing, the kind of business you're in, how much content you need. We would always, for all of our clients, we would do a month at a time. But we did not do a month at a time. Okay, Monday, we're going to do this. Well, we need a graphic, we need a link. No, we would do the whole calendar. Then we would do all the text, and then we would look at it and go, what kind of graphics, or do we have a video for this? So
Yeah.
not only are you chunking a week or a month at a time, but you're breaking it down so you do a lot of the same stuff. So I'm in writing mode. Boom, 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 boom. I'm in design mode. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. How would you go about deciding the topics of what you would write about? I know it's very much business by business, which I definitely agree with.
So we would look at topics and then the kind of content. And I know, you and I talked about that, but we would look at what does the business want to accomplish? So, for example, for Randall Beans, when we were doing beans, we would look at what bean were we going to feature. With Tish Flooring, we had a flooring every month, but then they did a big promotion every other month. So
Yep.
we could map out an entire year and go, okay, January is, we'll focus on a different fashion flooring, but February is all going to be about how to buy, pricing, discounts. So we would know in advance when we needed different types of messages. And so we could look at it that way.
Yep. We always follow the 80-20 rule. Like 80% of the time you should be educating, and 20% of the time you should be pushing out a promotion and driving to a service. So I think that's another thing to consider. Hi, Benny. When you get to your social media calendar is, what knowledge is going to back up the promotions that you just talked about.
Absolutely.
That makes
Absolutely. And then I think, when you're under your themes, then you can kind of break it down and go, okay, so I'm going to need blog posts. I'm going to need video. I want to have some graphics. And then you go in and look at it and go, okay, is too much of my video? Bye, bye, bye.
Yeah.
Let's take one of those videos out and let's put in a more informative video.
It goes. I know a lot of times business owners, want that buy, and it seems like it, but you have to go back to what social media is really for. Like you've said before, social media is to be social. You want to engage your audience. You want to have conversations with them, and when you're constantly saying buy, they don't want to talk to you.
No, the other advantage to planning out ahead and to using a schedule tool, whether you use Buffer or Publer or whatever you use, to me, I always thought of that like the infantry. That was laying down the ground fire.
Yeah.
They're just steady. That's that steady hum. And then now you have time because that's already done to jump in with kind of sniper fire and target a specific message or be more interactive.
Yeah.
And okay, so we're going to have a cat this morning on the show. Everybody's excited, but I post
Hi,
started late because
Benny.
he is determined to be chatty. So we're going to just put him in my lap and see if I can't hold him down.
I think the other thing is to when you're looking at a calendar and you're looking at filling in all the gaps like you're talking about, the other thing is making sure you are consistent with posting.
Mm-hmm.
I think sometimes people are like, oh, we can just make a post here and a post there, and that's not going to work.
No, and if you pay attention, and especially a lot of the scheduling tools will tell you the best time of day for your audience for a particular platform. You get more interaction if you post it this time or this time. So stop posting at 2 in the afternoon. People aren't paying attention, or maybe they are.
Yeah.
And so you start to figure out, okay, this is when I need to do my standard stuff. I like to get on social media first thing in the morning, but the truth is that's when I'm interacting or posting comments or doing something to keep the engagement going. But my scheduled posts are at 10 and 2 on most platforms.
Yep. So I think you mentioned a couple of things. Some content ideas I think about is what are some conversation starters and questions that you could put out there.
Mm-hmm.
Quotes. So I'm a big fan of Motivational Monday, just because I love motivational stuff, but that's our brand. Tips, images, videos, infographics, announcements. You said promotionals,
Mm-hmm.
blogs. What else are you thinking?
So, contests, certain brands, a good contest is always fun. There was a time, Facebook, I love and hate Facebook. There was a time where they did these little, you could put up two pictures and kind of vote which one you liked better.
Yeah.
And those were great for interaction. So, one of the things that I recommend is that you watch each social media platform and look at what are they doing new, and can you create, don't switch 100% of your content mix, but
Right.
can you create a little something different to take advantage of that new thing? I think because I'm a LinkedIn creator, I'm getting invited now to contribute to articles. They're LinkedIn articles and they have blank sections where you can drop in, and it's more than a comment. It's got to be like a paragraph or two.
I
I
saw
don't know
that.
how long that's going to I don't know how long that's going to be around, but okay, I'll give it a try. But I'm not switching 100% of my social media activity to those articles.
Yeah. I will be curious because I've seen those too, and I've been asked to contribute, and I'm just gonna kind of like, oh my god, another thing, something new.
Yeah. I mean, and you have to decide as these things pop up, does it make sense? Can I use it? But going back to your question, I love having something in the timeline that does create engagement.
Yeah.
And one of the things that can help, and I'm starting to do it with the Digital Toolbox group, is specifically do whatever the post is. And then when you have time, and this is that sniper stuff, go back. Don't just put a comment on your old post. Tag someone. Hey, Jennifer, what do you think about this?
Yeah.
Bob, how do you do this?
Yeah.
Because that person will now see the post. They're more likely to comment, and it's more likely to create some real engagement.
That's using social media for what it is, because when you go to a party and you're at a social event and you see people talking, what do you want to do? You want to go over and see what they're talking about. That's
Mhm.
the point of it. And so the more you can do that, the more you're going to create that community
Mhm.
and get people involved instead of just posting to post.
And that's the key, is that a good plan allows you to have this range of content
Yeah.
that can hit people at different points in their buying journey.
Yeah.
And then you have time to engage and interact one on one.
Yep. All really good stuff. Anything else you can think of?
Well, actually, I think I have a blank content calendar that I did not think about putting the link to in the show notes. So I'm going to go ahead and share that, and it'll be probably next week. So come back next week, and there'll be a link to the content calendar for this week. Um, but I think, you can use just a spreadsheet, just an Excel or a Google Doc.
Doesn't have to be complicated.
No,
Just
days of the week across the top, types of content down the side.
Yep.
Um, if you want, put the name of the person who's responsible for different things next to it, so people can, if you have multiple people on your team, I know I'm in charge of the Monday posts and you're in charge of all the Wednesday stuff, and
Yep.
everybody gets it in this spreadsheet.
Yep. Or a project management system. And
Absolutely.
assign tasks, that, okay, this is what we're going to do, but just kind of visually seeing this is what we're going to post Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And you've got that kind of ongoing. So I think that's helpful as well.
Absolutely. Okay, we're going to let you guys leave now to go plan your content, and we'll be looking for you in our feed. Be sure to look for us, same place next week.
All right. Take care.